Hi there, and welcome to my next video on my YouTube channel, Unapologetic with Lorelai. Um, as usual, I'm always coming from a beautiful part of nature, coming to you and talk with you about a certain topic of the day. And I hope you're going to walk with me today as well. I don't know if you have been to my channel before, but I'm posting daily here, and always doing my walk and talk, and hoping that you like the things I'm talking about. And I hope also you like the nature that I will be showing you. I'll be flipping the screen soon and talking to you more while showing you around here. And for today, I wanted to talk with you about um, something that's already quite some time ago now. It dawned on me, and it was because I noticed how much I annoyed I got when people start over explaining themselves to me. I mean, you're taking up my time, you're taking up my mental space, you want me to listen to you, and you could have said it in a few seconds. And I mean, the really oversharing kind of annoyed me. And then, of course, I had to do some searching, like, am I also doing that? And it's a great way of finding out, actually. And because for me, it was sometimes I talk too much, hopefully not in this video, and I see people's eyes going away. I mean, they lose interest or whatever, and I think, well, okay, but telling something and over explaining yourself, there's still a difference in that. And I thought it was a good topic for today because I see it happening a lot around me. um, but anyhow, before I'm going to more about it, I'm going to flip the screen and talk with you more while I'm walking and showing you around here, and hope you enjoy the scenery what I'm showing you here as well. So I'll be flipping the screen and I'll see you on the other side. Right, and as I said, I'll be showing you around here. I flip my screen and be showing you around where I am. It's the heathland from a beautiful nature resort not far from where I live, actually. And I come here quite often because it's so relaxing, it's so open. I live in a cabin in the forest, but I also go many times here for the openness of it. And of course, sometimes I go to the seaside. It's another type of openness as well. Anyhow, I hope you like it, what I'm showing you here. And just a quick view here while I'm going to continue my walk and my talk here, because that's what I do. I share insights or experience that I've been through, and I have some opinions or whatever. And of course, you don't have to agree with me. Just let me know if you have another insight or another opinion about it. That's all good, because we can learn from each other. But for this, it's a typical topic for um, a country where I live in. It's a very, I can't say submissive, but the people are very over explaining and over excusing themselves. And I come from another country where it's not. We don't do that. Of course, we give an explanation if necessary, but I also kind of feel annoyed sometimes by the oversharing and over explaining themselves. It takes too much time, and it's so unnecessary, and it takes my brain power, it takes my time, and it gets me off my track sometimes. And it's funny, and I try to notice if that's what I'm doing as well, and well, I hope not. But well, there's a thin line between a few things here as well, and I guess, well, because I see sometimes explain themselves to me, um, why they're quiet. Oh, sorry, I'm quiet, but, and then I get the whole story, and sometimes, oh, here's why I said no, and they explain why they say no to me, and then, well, here's why this bothered me, and I see them not doing it just to me, of course. I see it doing them everywhere. I mean, gosh, that's so must be so tiring. And I don't even think they realize that they're doing it, but you make yourself so small by doing that, I believe. Well, as I said, that's my opinion. And they well, if they have the nerve to tell them, then they will tell you why they need space. But most of the time, those kind of people don't even really need space. Well, they need it, but they don't acknowledge the fact that they do. And I don't know if it resonates any of this, and if you are doing that yourself, and you say, "Oh yes, I'm doing that as well," if come to think of it, or perhaps you know people in your surroundings, and well, it's once you've noticed it that people are doing it, you can't unnotice it anymore. You just see it all happening all around you. Or people they say, well, I will explain you why I can't do this or I can't do that or what I mean to say, and I get a lot of explaining why they don't mean it. And for those people, they do it on automatic pilot, I believe. I can see them doing it, and I can see them starting, and sometimes I can intercept it, and that's what I do. I don't mean to be rude. I don't want to be rude. I won't be rude, but I have to cut it there because it's too much time. And I see for those people, it's a habit. And well, I even think it's kind of a lifestyle that they build around it actually. Like, you have to be calm, you have to be quiet, you have to don't try not to bother anybody, even in traffic. They say, well, move aside because you don't want to bother any other person. And well, I learned that place yourself on where you are, and people will notice it, and people, well, they don't have to go around you, but they show respect, and perhaps they do go around you. And I don't know if you can resonate, as I said, to any of this, but where I live here, that's a lot around me, and sometimes I have to cross the border to the other country. I'm born in the Netherlands, and I'm living in Belgium now, and I have to go to the Netherlands. It's another thing altogether there, and they are, well, they say what they mean, and they say what they say, and it comes out much more, with body. And but the easy thing about that is that you can answer that back where I can, with the same honesty and directness. And in the other country where I live, you can't do that because they are shocked and they're hurt if you talk so directly to them. It's really, really funny. And sometimes I wish I could tell these people, like, you know, um, you don't have to overshare your feelings or your reasons or whatever. But I think they will probably feel uncomfortable not doing it. But yet again, if you're like me, I learned quickly that in an environment where your feelings aren't taken seriously, or are taken differently, or your boundaries are questioned, I learned myself, I guess, um, that being understood depends well on how you explain yourself, but it doesn't need to be oversharing and over explaining, because that becomes annoying, and I don't want to be annoying in that kind of way at all, actually. um, then I mean, it's trying to you can try to soften the impact of your words, and that's what I do. I try to manage how people see me in a certain way, not for myself but for their comfort, because I see they are really getting confused if they can't place me in a certain way they want to place me. And I allow them to do that sometimes for their own inner peace, I guess, because if I go in against it and I will tell them really what I think of what I feel or what I say, they'd be shocked. So I'm all for it, to be honest. But if you see people really getting confused around you, then poor them. You have to. Well, I do it anyway because otherwise it becomes unlivable. You have to be aware a little bit of how you present yourself to people who are so. I don't know if it's insecurity, but they are so shrinking in front of you. And those people are shrinking. Even I saw this week, I had to go to my doctor, and in the waiting room, there was a lady, and she was in front of me. She was before me. Yeah, she had an appointment before me. And then when she get up, she just shrinks while she's getting up, and she whispered yes to the doctor, and then slides softly behind me, not to bother me. I mean, my God, this is so not me. I couldn't do it that way. I mean, stand up, hello doctor, shake a hand, and if you want to pass somebody and you're in the way, excuse me, and that's it. I see them doing it, and I feel for those people. I really feel for them, even though they don't realize it themselves, but I do feel for them. And but sometimes I must admit it becomes a little bit exhausting. you know um, yeah, it becomes exhausting, as I said, because it's sometimes. There were a few days in my life, that, and a few points rather, when I was here, that I really, really saw it happening in front of me, and it became so really clearly to me that, like, that's not me, and but I'm still living here. So how do I make it livable for myself and to deal with that, because it's all happening all around me? I just decided I just have to cross the border, because I live just, I think, a mile away from the border from the country where I was born. I just have to soak up a little bit of the other mentality as well, because that's where I come from. And it's important, I think, knowing where you come from, knowing what your thing is and what your thing isn't, and what your way of communicating is, because that's what it is. It's a way of communicating. It's a physical communication. It's a mental communication. It's a sometimes even a silent communication. What they do, and well, I mean, you become a very good communicator. That's all I can say, really. But I did had to keep in mind that it wouldn't slip in and become my kind of habit as well. I didn't want to really soak up their way of going about things, and I don't think I can, because I'm too set in my own as a person, who I am and what I stand for. But I wish sometimes I could, I could really tell those people and show them, like, you don't need to justify your emotions all of the time, and you don't need to justify your boundaries all the time, your decisions, and just your almost your whole existence. And yeah, I see many people, even older people in this country, they really crumble in that respect, and it feels so sorry for them. But it's not just for those people. I don't want to bash those people. They're still good people. I have a kind of good life here, I guess. But I just notice it, that I kind of get annoyed from people who are oversharing their thoughts and oversharing their everything. Really, it's I don't know if you have this as well, if you recognize it, but if you're a person like me who likes their calm and their privacy and their, yeah, a certain type of integrity to go with that, because like the oversharing thing. Perhaps you can resonate, perhaps you don't, but I still think you hope you enjoy the nature I'm showing you here. And if you have any opinion about this or another insight or something like that, please share it in the comments, because it's nice for me to, yeah, it's another way of communicating. We don't see each other, but it's a nice thing to read back how people have interpreting my words and my whole kind of video type of way doing here. And all in all, I hope that your peace. I hope for you, your peace is more worth than and very important than misunderstanding. And but that's a different thing. You don't have to be misunderstood just because you don't over communicate. And so I guess if you're really tired and you're done over explaining, if you're a person who's doing that, then maybe today is the day you want to practice saying something once, and saying it in a certain type of amount of seconds even, and rather than minutes or half an hour. It's getting too much. And if you want to know whether you're doing it yourself, have check yourself out. If you're going through the day and the moment you're going to talk with somebody, keep an eye on yourself if that's what you're doing as well. It's just a fun thing to do, and you know a little bit about yourself by doing that as well. And well, by saying this, I hope you have a nice day. I hope to see you back in my next video. I post daily, and you can always subscribe to my channel. You can give a thumbs up for this video, or you can leave a comment. As I said, it's always nice to read, and I will certainly comment back. And again, I wish you a happy day, and take care of yourself. Take very, very good care of yourself. I hope you enjoyed this piece of nature I'm showing you, and have a nice day, and see you next time in my next video. Bye.